And that leads us to number 4. Number 4 has kind of become the forgotten conflict in a way. People are really big on Vietnam, and now obviously the last 20 years, the war on terror, Afghanistan, Iraq, and numerous other locations across the globe. But number 4 is Southwest Asia, or what we routinely call Desert Storm, the 1990-1991 Desert Storm campaign. So any individual who served in Southwest Asia in the Gulf War between August 2nd, 1990 and November 11th, 1998 is automatically eligible for VA healthcare. Once again, it's kind of boots on the ground. If you were in Saudi Arabia and then Kuwait, or went into Iraq during the conflict, then you're automatically eligible for VA healthcare. And while that's good, I think what's really important to talk about real quick is all the presumptive diseases or illnesses that have started to come out.
Oh, Gulf War syndrome.
Right. I mean, and it's really started to come forward now, and people are starting to pay attention. But you're exactly right. Gulf War illness or Gulf War syndrome, a chronic multi-symptom disorder that affects military veterans who served in the Gulf area. And it's a whole myriad of things that people attribute to it, from the oil fires. Some people even say the inoculations that were given to military personnel before deployment over there. But you end up with it's been so far proven, a wide range of acute and chronic symptoms that have been linked to, including fatigue, and they call it fatigue syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, muscle pain, congenitive problems, insomnia, rashes, persistent diarrhea. So there's a lot of issues right now that are kind of being tied into Gulf War illness, Gulf War syndrome. So if you're a veteran that served in Southwest Asia during the first Gulf War, then I strongly encourage you to get into the VA and then get enrolled in the Gulf War study. I mean, is the current Gulf War study that's also going on. And then that identifies you as an individual. So as things become apparent going forward into the future, you're automatically on the rolls as a Gulf War veteran, and a lot of those things will become automatic for you.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Well, I don't know about it being automatic, but they're doing the same thing with burn pits as well.
Right. And that's the next presumptive is burn pits.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, burn pits they've had burn pits ever since
Civil War.
Forever.
I mean, the military's always burned their trash. Yeah.
Right. But that's another thing that, and one of the things I truly appreciate about the VA, and you could speak to this as well, is that, if I'm going to a doctor out in the private sector, they're not going to think to themselves, oh, well, maybe this came from you being around a burn pit 24 hours, 7 days a week for an entire year while on deployment.
While you were stationed at a base camp or whatever in Afghanistan or Iraq.
They're going to be trying to figure out, how did you get this in the United States? Because it's
rare.
I mean, well, less than 1% of the United States, served in the military. So I would have to imagine, I'm assuming here, that most doctors would not right off the bat think, oh, well, you must have served in Iraq. And
the other thing is, I'd be willing to bet you, not knowing, but willing to bet you that most communities across the United States do not allow the burning of trash, all trash, the way the military does, they overseas.
Paint with jet fuel and tires and biomedical waste. And
anything that goes into the trash goes into the burn pit.
Yeah, not a good spot, and they tended to put the Marines down at the end of the base. It was beautiful, let me tell you.
Well, that's the first thing we did. Whenever we got to a new location, we would see what the wind direction, the general wind direction was, and okay, that's where our Marine Corps friends, we'll put them down, downwind, we'll all be upwind.
I'm definitely going to have to edit that part out.
But no, in all honesty, I mean, burn pits have really gotten a lot of notoriety lately with Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff. But as you said earlier, I mean, if you're a World War II veteran, you could have been exposed to burn pit issues, and there's just a lot of stuff that comes is starting to come out about these burn pits, and everything from respiratory illnesses to just a wide range of cancers.
Yep.
Everything from bladder cancer to esophageal cancer. It's really crazy. So once again, I mean, the video in the description below, there's links. Look into it. If you're somebody who's been overseas and were engaged or around or participating, actually stirred and all that stuff that we all had to do with burn pits, then I strongly, strongly encourage you to start to look into it and see if there's something out there that may apply to you.
Yep. Most definitely.
The free VA New England mobile app is empowering those who served our country like never before. Access up-to-date information on benefits, healthcare, home loans, and more. Search VA New England in your app store today and access the benefits you've earned and deserve.